So guys, as I mentioned on my Twitter, I'm actually going to be doing my top 10 movies of 2018 on the 31st. I just have to make sure that I've seen every good movie thus far this year. I need to do actually some catch-ups, but I just need to see a couple more and I should be good for that list. So that list is going to have some honorable mentions. It's also going to have my top 10, obviously. But this year, I wanted to do something different as well. So I'm going to be doing my top 5 worst movies of 2018. Now, the reason why it's top 5 is because I don't go out of my way to see bad movies unless I hear that they're really funny. Usually what the case is I'll be looking forward to a movie, I'll see that movie, and then I get really disappointed. I just don't go out of my way to see bad films, but I need to do that more next year because this is a review channel and that's kind of my job. But yeah, I definitely did see some bad films this year that I really want to talk about because they were very disappointing. So let's do this. And before I get to my top 5, I have some honorable mentions for you guys. These aren't really bad movies, but they definitely disappointed me, so that's why they're honorable mentions. So let's get started. Han Solo. This was the film that Star Wars fans were afraid that Disney was going to make. This does not need to exist whatsoever. There is some enjoyment out of it, but in the long run, if you look at this, this is just an unnecessary origin story for Han Solo that's actually a love story. There's actually a lot of kissing in this film, if you look at it. Like, it's just like, it doesn't need to exist. I didn't really care for it. Maybe one day I'll do my review of Han Solo, but I did not really care for this movie whatsoever, and shouldn't really exist. This is not what I expected from spin-off Star Wars films. We didn't need an origin story for Han Solo. We like Han Solo. My other honorable mention goes to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Jeez, when did dinosaurs become so boring? Like, I love the first one. I love the first Jurassic World. I know that there were some problems with that, but they were very minor. So I was kind of looking forward to this, but I just didn't really care for it whatsoever. There's a lot of stupid decisions that are made in this film, and there's like a lot of, I don't know, like animal activist stuff that they're trying to say. They're trying to get political. And we all know what happens when a movie tries to get political. So, I really just didn't care for this at all. I thought it was incredibly boring a lot of the times, and that's really surprising of me to say because we're dealing with dinosaurs. Like, when did dinosaurs become, like, just not entertaining? I don't know. Alright, I got my honorable mentions out of the way. Let's get started with my top 5 worst films of 2018. Let's get started. The Predator. Not Predator, The Predator. Because when you add the into a title, it makes it cooler. Apparently. I was very disappointed with this film. I talked about this film with my friend Steven on my channel. We went really in depth as to why we didn't like this, but I'm just going to sum it up here. This was a very studio-interfered film. Obviously, there was stuff cut out. I didn't even remember when the villain died in that film. And if you actually go online, there are pictures that aren't in this film whatsoever. There's multiple Predators in these set pics, and I guess they wanted to really live up to the in The Predator and make it almost singular. Sure, you can add a super Predator. It's not like it's The Predator. I don't know. It seemed like this was a film that was utilizing something that we recognized from the 80s and commercialized it. I even bought a Funko Pop because I was excited for The Predator. It was Shane Black, and I was disappointed. This is like a really just odd film. I'm gonna sigh a lot in this video. Truth or Dare? Oh my god. Honestly, this is such a so bad it's funny film. I did enjoy this a lot, actually, because it was like, it's one of those stupid guilty pleasure films where it's like, oh, let's watch Blumhouse's Truth or Dare, it's so funny, let's get drunk. And this is like a film that I probably would buy on Blu-ray because it's so bad it's funny. There are so many stupid characters in this, and it's just a stupid premise, and it's got a lot of bad screenwriting. I talked about this back, I think it was like in April or May when the film came out, and it's just stupid. I really just... but I recommend it, oddly, because of how stupid it is. I'd maybe like a sequel. I don't even know, but Yeah, Truth or Dare, stupid character, stupid screenwriting, but entertaining as hell. I would get drunk and watch this for sure. Robin Hood, with the guy from Kingsman. Now, the only reason why I saw this film, I would not have seen this at all, but my dad wanted to see it. It said that the Stuckies are actually descendants of the Sheriff of Nottingham, so we're actually kind of interested in the Robin Hood story. But I had seen the Rotten Tomato reviews, and I was like, no, we're not seeing this. But Dad was like, all right, let's see it. I'm like, okay, maybe there's some enjoyment out of this. This movie's really stupid. It feels like it's from, like, the late 2000s, like that 300 kind of style. And I was just, I don't know, I didn't give a shit about any of the characters whatsoever. And honestly, Robin Hood's motive in the movie, it's kind of bad. There's actually a flaw that the girl says in the movie where she's like, I'm super grateful for Robin Hood and what he's doing around the city, but I would much prefer if he steals for the poor, if he steals from the rich and steals for the poor. She says that in the film. So the only reason why Robin Hood is stealing from the rich for the poor, his main goal in the stories, the only reason why he's doing it in this movie is to get some pussy. Alright guys, number 2. Venom. I didn't even review this. I was probably going to, but I decided that it was just going to be a waste of time. I did not like Venom whatsoever. I just thought this was a cash grab. It just doesn't make sense that they made a Venom movie without Spider-Man. You need Spider-Man to make a Venom movie! I'm sorry, like, he looks like Spider-Man. He has the Spider-Man eyes. Oh, we're gonna, like, take the white symbol off so he can be just Venom. But Venom is, like... Oh my god. This was obviously just a cash grab for Sony. They didn't care that they didn't have... They do have the Spider-Man rights, but, you know, the live-action Spider-Man is with the MCU now, so they didn't care. They just wanted to take a recognizable character and make a movie about him, pretty much. And if you think I'm lying, the movie is PG-13 as well. So if they did want to make a good movie, why wouldn't they just make it rated R? Deadpool is proof that rated R superhero films can be a thing. Hellboy is coming out in 2019. So this is like a perfect character to utilize that kind of rated R subject. Because Venom is like, sure, he's biting heads in the film, but there's so much more that you can do. You have this awesome character. I'm sorry that you don't have Spider-Man anymore, but at least do something with Venom. That's not my main concern, that Spider-Man's not in the film. My main concern is you took a character that a lot of people really do like. There's a lot of merch at Hot Topic, and people do enjoy the comics. You took this dark character, and you decided, hey, let's just make a PG-13 movie to make some money. Like, come on, guys. Like, and you put, spoiler, you put Carnage in the after credits of your film. So how are you going to do Carnage in a PG-13 film if he's such a rated R character? He's a serial killer. Like, guys, I'm sorry. I'm getting too upset, but that's probably why I didn't really talk about this film, is because of how upset it would make me. But, and there's much more. Maybe I'll do a review in the future. I don't know, but definitely I was very disappointed with Venom. It's obviously just a cash grab for sure. Alright guys, so my top worst film of 2018, what was it? Obviously you saw that I was really mad with Venom, so what was the film that I absolutely hated in 2018? Slenderman! Holy shit, you were bad! Slenderman was an absolute boring movie. I saw this with a couple friends, and I don't really have this feeling a lot, where within the first 5 minutes of a film, I want to leave, because it's so boring. Like, I'm a fan of, like, the Slenderman series on YouTube. Marble Hornets, Dark Harvest OO. These are, like, series that I've watched when I was in high school and college, because I was actually invested in the Slenderman, like, mythos and stuff. So I think Slenderman is a very interesting character. But this movie doesn't really do anything to utilize that creepiness at all. There's barely, like, even any Slenderman in this film. And I just didn't really enjoy the film whatsoever. And it's also like, it's so dark. The cinematography looks good, like to create that dark aura and stuff like that. It looks like pretty good for the most part. But the movie, like, even in the daylight, when it's supposed to be daytime outside, I can't see anything. The color grading is like gray and awful, and and not just like the physicality of the movie, also like just the characters in it. And there's also stuff in the trailer that you see that disturb some people, and it's not even in the movie. They cut that out of there. And I just knew that there was going to be something wrong with this film when the trailer came out in January, and the film came out in... Alexa, when did Slenderman come out?
The film Slenderman was released on August 10th, 2018.
So, the trailer was released in January, and then it didn't come out for another 8 months. I don't even think there was another trailer in between that. That was the only time we really heard about Slenderman, so that should have been a really good sign that this film was going to be bad. I absolutely hated Slenderman. Maybe I'll do an in-depth analysis of that movie someday, so... But yeah, guys, that's my top 5 worst films of 2018. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Let me know what worst movie you saw of 2018. Like this video, share it, and please subscribe to Pixel Talk if you haven't yet for more movie reviews, trailer reactions, gaming content, and so on. Thank you guys so much. I am Corbin Stuckey, and this is Pixel Talk.